Hello, everybody. God bless you all. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am joined with our sister, Daughter of Christ, and we're going to be going over some Dawah drama. Welcome, sister.
Hello, brother. Welcome to you. Welcome to everyone else here as well. I'm so happy. We initially had a few episodes of this Dawah drama. We keep adding on episodes because it just doesn't end. And we've got a special treat for you today.
So the first thing we'll be doing is we'll be showing a video of Ali Dawah where he's doing one of his social experiments. Actually, this video is a couple years old, but it recently came up in an interview that he did where he's challenged on it. In fact, the title of the stream, the title of the video was called The Roast of Ali Dawah. The Roast of Ali Dawah. And it really was a roast. They really roasted him. We'll watch the video first to give some context, some background as to what they're talking about, and then we'll go into their podcast, and Daughter of Christ and I will just kind of pause and comment throughout. And you'll see the Dawah drama that comes out of this one. So again, we just want to welcome everybody and say to God bless you all. Thanks everybody for joining us. Anything that you want to say, sister, before we begin?
Just welcome to everyone here. Thank you for joining. Maybe just you can tell them a little bit about who Ali Dawah is, just in case people don't know who he is.
Yeah. So Ali Dawah, he recently hit 1 million subscribers. I think he's like the first Dawah channel to have 1 million subscribers, and he is known for his demonic eyes. Yeah. I know one of the things we said before we started was we're not going to comment on his looks, but something about his eyes, they're just like so demonized. Anyway, apart from that, he's one of these Dawah guys. He goes to Speaker's Corner, and he does other Dawah projects, but he's mostly popular on YouTube, and he does a lot of fundraising on there. He is partnered with some popular YouTubers as well that do Dawah, like Muhammad Hijab, and they often have fights with other Dawah people like Sajid and Shamsi and etc. So
okay, thank you, brother.
Yeah. All right. So this is the video that he did a couple years back. So his quality has improved since then in terms of just the quality of the video, not in terms of the content. Content is pretty much the same, but quality, like production wise, it's improved a lot since then. But without further ado, here's the video. It's 5 minutes long, so we're just gonna let the whole video play out, and we're gonna let the whole video play out, and then we will go to the podcast where he's being challenged on it. But while you're watching, or I guess before we watch, some thoughts that we want to have in our minds are, from a Muslim perspective, is it acceptable to just go up to a random woman and ask them whatever kind of social things, or getting them involved in your social experiments? Is that acceptable from an Islamic perspective? Would a Muslim man be okay with another random Muslim man going up to his wife in public and asking her to read his phone or to do something? Is that acceptable from a Muslim perspective? So that's kind of what we want to have in the back of our minds, because that's what the podcast is going to focus on. So and there's a lot of Islamic hadith and references that we're going to kind of reference or cite on the stream. One of the things that Muhammad taught about this, or that Islam teaches about this, is actually, do you have the reference here? Are we getting the reference? Okay.
Yeah, so just remember, guys, about approaching women in Islam. It's the same religion where Muhammad tells his followers, if they need to speak to his wives, to speak to them from behind a veil.
Behind a veil, right.
So you need to speak to them from behind a door or a wall or something. You don't look at them. That's in Surah 33, verse 53. O you who have believed, do not enter the houses of the Prophet except when you are permitted for a meal, etc., etc. And when you ask his wives for something, ask them from behind a partition. So if you have to, and it says why, that is purer for your hearts and their hearts. He doesn't even trust them to speak to his own wives, who are meant to be the mothers of the believers. They're meant to be their mothers. They're not trusted with their own mothers in the faith to speak to them face to face, because their hearts are just too perverted. So it's purer for their hearts to have a wall in between.
Right.
That's the same religion.
And so they're considered like an Islamic law and Islamic, like they're strangers. They're gharib, like they're like not familial. They're not their protectors, or they're just random, like it's a random guy. So keep that in mind as you know, as we watch this. And also another thing to keep in mind is just pay attention to how these Muslim women are dressed. There are very specific guidelines as to how Muslim women should cover, and just kind of pay attention to that, to the women that come up in the video, the Muslim woman. Are they properly covered? Are all of them properly covered? Are some of them improperly covered? What would their families think of the ones who are improperly covered, etc.? So with that in mind, kind of some preliminary comments. We have the video up here. It's about 5 minutes long, so we'll just let the whole video play out, and then we will get into the podcast, and that's where the Dawah drama begins. So here we go.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters and dear friends. Today we're going to do a little experiment. We're going to go to Muslim girls, give them my phone with a little message on it, and see what reaction we're going to get, inshallah. Follow me and let's see what happens. I just wanted you to read that. Assalamu alaikum, sister. Have you got a second? Just read that. Just to read this. Sorry, have you got a second? Assalamu alaikum, sister. Sorry, have you guys got a second to just read this?
Read it. Oh, thank you so much.
Allah bless you.
That's it. I like your video.
Allah bless you.
Thank you. Can I read it again?
Yeah, but that's
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's a hard time. Oh, thanks. Thank you.
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you Jannah reward for wearing the hijab in this hot weather against all odds. Don't ever think that your efforts will go to waste.
Yeah, Allah bless you guys. And I genuinely mean this. We've been going around to doing a little experiment. Yeah.
Okay. Following
Yeah.
your manifesto.
Yeah.
Like
MashaAllah.
yeah.
Yeah. MashaAllah. May Allah bless you. Yeah. Thank you. May Allah bless you guys.
Very good
Yeah.
to have more people like you, because I try to take my daughter away from the other kind of media.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So we carried out this experiment. Some of you guys maybe were.
All right, so let's just go back again to, we only did about half of the video. We don't really need much more than that, but just kind of the message he's been giving to these Muslim women is, may Allah grant you Jannah and reward you for wearing the hijab this hot weather against all odds. Don't ever think your efforts will go to waste. So he's going around and he's asking all of these women to read this text, to read this message, and he's going to get a lot of heat for this, kind of for the reasons that we already got to from the Islamic perspective. But any kind of things we should say before we get into the podcast, or should we just jump right into it?
I'm convinced he's not very clever. Does he know what an experiment is? An experiment is a process where you test something to see if there are different outcomes. That's what an experiment is. He's just showing them a message of,
and he's complimenting them, right?
That's not an experiment. He's just giving them a compliment. Instead of by using his mouth,
right,
he uses the phone. How is that an experiment?
Right.
Like I'm sure like his definition of an experiment is wrong.
Right.
If I put a compliment on my phone for anyone, that's not an experiment. That's just me complimenting them.
Exactly.
So I don't see what the social experiment here is meant. What's the conclusion of it? But he doesn't know what the definition of experiment is.
So not only that, it's just going around complimenting women, basically, right? Muslim woman.
He's experimenting whether they'll deck him or not. Yeah, but he didn't say that at the beginning.
Yeah. So he's gonna get pressed on this, and Muslims are going to press him on this, and they're going to say things like, look, would you be okay if someone went up to a female member of your family and questioned them in the street, or came up to them in the street and approached them and talked to them? And you'll be surprised how these guys challenge him on this, and we'll kind of comment throughout to see how he interacts with this, how his answers align with Islam. And he also claims that he spoke to a sheikh about this. But yeah, let's get into it, and we'll see what he says. Anything?
Yeah. By the way, some of the ladies that he approached to compliment on their hijab, they're not wearing Muslim hijab.
Exactly.
So I don't know why he's complimenting them in the hot weather.
Yeah.
One of them said to him, remember, she said to him, it's a hard time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because their religion is so unnatural and so backwards that they make their women wear a uniform, which is, the same for all weathers. So it doesn't, it's, it's uncomfortable. And then some of those women put makeup on.
Exactly.
On the face that is uncovered. So they've just negated the reason for hijab. So it's actually complimenting them for something they're not doing.
Right.
I would say about 99% of those women
weren't
properly covered. And if you go for niqab, which is some scholars go for as the main standard, none of them are. Some of them, I mean, I don't.
A few of them had their hair showing.
A few of them had their hair showing. So one of them had a turban, which is that's not hijab.
No.
I mean, I hate to pick on them, but they're just.
But that's what these people will bring up as well.
Yeah.
They'll bring up these very points, and so yeah, you brought up the points that other people are going to bring up as well, and we're going to see how Ali Dawah responds to that. So this is an old video, about 4 years old, but it comes up in the roast. That's the title of the video, the roast of Ali Dawah, and there's two Muslims who are challenging him on this. So shall we begin this?
Yes.
Okay. And so once we start this one, we will be pausing throughout and giving our comments. So here we go.
And there's definitely certain things, bro, that you have done that I don't agree with.
Yeah, 100%.
And Muhammad doesn't agree with.
Oh, I know you, but now him, then he'll have to.
Yeah,
there's
some. No, and there's
he can move his elbow,
and the thing is, no, because there's a reason. Yeah. The public perception, with the Dawah circle, if you want to call it that, right? Yeah. The brothers who are in the Dawah, etc. The public perception is, we're all just. If one of us makes a mistake, we'll all just agree with his mistake and brush it under the carpet and stuff like that. But that's not the reality.
Yeah, of course not.
Behind the scenes, especially, it's not the reality, actually. And we sit down and we tell each other, I actually don't think you should have done that.
Yes.
I think you should have spoken to us before you done that. I think you should have done this. I think you should. Do you understand? So I think it's good to do that in public for once.
Yes. Yeah, of course. I think it's very important.
I think it's good to do that.
Yeah, with like hikmah, wisdom, like benefits, inshallah. It's very important to do that, actually. It's to understand. And I think it gives people a clarification, because there's an assumption made, like the Prophet ﷺ, when he was walking with his wife, he was with companions and he said, this is my wife. So people might have a assumption made. Like you said, people think that, for example, that we have yes men around us, and people around us are just like, yeah, you know, let's not say nothing to Ali Dawah because he's got this many subscribers, and it shouldn't be like that. I think this is very detrimental to anybody's dawah.
Yeah.
So it's good that we're doing this in public because it could clarify for the people that that's not really the case.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So let's get into it. Recently,
Yeah. So let's see. What's your problem with me? No, let's go straight.
No.
1 second.
let's should we go in chronological order?
No,
Or
no,
should
no.
we
Let's go in disorder, bro.
should we just do anything randomly?
Bro,
Why don't you raise something that you get criticized
okay.
for a
So
lot?
for example,
I think what we should do in this is you should raise things that you get criticized for a lot,
okay.
and we can tell you our opinion on them.
Okay, well, I'll be here for a long time though.
Okay, fine. I know you will be here for
Some
a long
even
time.
call me, you know, a mubtadi. So we can come to that later. Nah. So I think the first thing is, for example, if you remember the social experiment that I did when I was going up to sisters, I think in that statement.
Have you seen that?
There. I've seen it.
Have you seen that?
Okay, yeah. So I went. So basically, what I did is, and I'll tell you the story behind this. Yeah. So because it's very interesting, because a lot of people make assumptions, and I think I can't really blame them. But that day, I can remember very clearly. I was near Acton, and it was about 2 or 3 years ago, and it was scorching heat, and it was Ramadan. Yeah, like I as a man, like, and I can wear a t-shirt. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I was talking about being topless, which is a different story in your house, maybe. I'm not saying you can't do it outside as well. But the thing is, I can remember very specifically where I was, bro, like yesterday.
Yeah.
And with me, sometimes I'm spontaneous. So when I feel passionate about something, and I was like, you know what?
I don't think sometimes, bro.
I think all the time, innit?
Yeah.
Yes, consistency is key in life. So
All right, so he's about to get into the video that we just saw now. And so just for clarification, the guy who was speaking at the beginning, his name is Musa. The one who's sitting in the white to Ali Dawah's right is Muhammad. So when he was saying that Muhammad also disagrees with you, he wasn't talking about, you know, the Prophet of Islam. He's talking about this guy. So you're going to notice that they continuously take jabs at Ali throughout this whole discussion. And it's actually kind of surprising how it just either goes over his head or he doesn't care. But they constantly take jabs at him. And he's just about to get into the video that we just saw now. So before he goes into it, is there anything you want to say, sister?
I don't know if you noticed, brother, how tense this is.
It's very tense.
It feels really tense.
Yeah.
And awkward. And he knows that the attacks are coming.
Yeah.
And, you know, the main guy is saying, well, we need to criticize each other sometimes publicly. And then he shifts in his chest like, okay, we're about to get into it now with you.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, sure. You know, scared of what's coming. What do you have? What's your problem with me? So, yeah, I mean, yeah. So the guy in the white, he seems like all like nice and calm, but he does get the jabs in. And the first one, I don't know if any of you caught it, when he was saying sometimes I'm spontaneous, and then he says, well, all the time.
Yeah,
you know? Which means you don't do anything with any thought.
Very reckless, or
how
do you say, like
very you know, you don't put thought into anything. You don't sit down and consider. You want to do something, you go ahead and do it. You don't think of the consequences. But anyway, I'll let them get into it. And anything you want to say about it?
Yeah. So where was that comment? Brother Samawi mentions that the interviewer named Musa, the one who was talking before, that's Adnan Rashid's son. So if you're familiar with Speaker's Corner, Muslims, the Dawah scene there, that's Adnan Rashid's son.
Oh, the plot thickens.
Yeah.
Aren't they meant to be all the Dawah teams together?
and the guy over there, the guy named Muhammad, not sure who he is, but if anyone knows in the comments, you guys can let us know. So without further ado, here we go. And I just want to say one more thing. So Musa or Adnan Rashid's son, actually, he seems to be the one that's like very aggressive in this, and he has like, if you think of like good cop, bad cop, he's definitely the bad cop. The guy in the white, I think he's you know, he does take shots, but he's very uncomfortable with going at it, just to kind of give some, you know, preliminary, I guess, comments to it. But you'll see it for yourselves. We'll get started on it now. And so it's kind of like a good cop, bad cop kind of approach. But here we go. Let's see what they say.
So basically, I'm sat there and I'm thinking, bro, it's so hot. And not only that, just to give context, that was the time where a lot of hijabi influencers were taking their hijabs off. For some odd reason, bro, they picked a season. Like, you know, we have the you know, the Pride month. They had the, I think, take your hijab off month. Yeah. So you were having
one second. How do you know that? How do you know a lot of these hijabis were taking their hijabs off?
So basically, I know in a couple of ways. Number one, I don't personally go and pre because I think, for example, it's a bit childish or looking for somebody's fault. That's not my style.
Yeah.
What I do is usually people message me. Oh, do you know the sister took a hijab off? Oh, do you know that sister? So I get these. Most of my reaction videos, bro, people send them to me.
Mhm.
Can you react to this? Oh, do you know this happened? People send me content. Yeah,
That's actually quite convenient, to be honest.
it is. And not only that, there's actually one guy on my WhatsApp. I do not know who he is, bro. I'm telling you, wallahi.
And this guy,
What-
bloody,
bro,
he supplied you with all of
bro,
that.
let me tell you something. This guy, wallahi, he sends me content. Sometimes Dishan comes to me and goes, bro, where do you get this content? I go, wallahi, there's one guy on my WhatsApp. I don't know who he is. I've sent it. Look, I've saved this number as content man. Shall I show you? Look, if you want to believe me, watch this. Yeah,
That's hilarious, bro.
bro, check this out. Yeah, I'm not even lying.
Might
Watch.
be MI5.
Yeah? Bro, may Allah look. What's his name? Content man.
Mm.
Bro, it's content man. Look at it, bro. He sends me just random
What's
videos.
funny
bro.
is you hardly respond to him.
Bro, no, because I get busy, bro. Since God knows when, yeah, he just sends me these videos, and I'm like, I just react to them. So that day, bro,
Yeah.
2 Instagram sisters,
Okay.
1 YouTuber, I think, took
Yeah.
the hijab off.
Mhm.
Now I'm looking at the comments, bro, and I'm like, I'm really annoyed. Not only that, it's Ramadan, it's boiling hot, and I thought to myself, what can I do to encourage sisters? Because now it's the heat,
Okay.
the climate that we live in, is Ramadan, and then you've got these social influencers, sadly, you know, taking their hijabs off. And I thought to myself, I'm gonna go to Stratford, and it's just spontaneous, bro. And I thought to myself, should I get a placard and go and get them to read it? And I was like, nah, I can't do that today. It's long, but I'll go to a printer shop. I wanted to do it in the moment. When I get passionate about something, bro, sometimes I do it in the moment, which is not a good thing. Sometimes you should plan it, etc. Yeah, which we'll come to now. We're gonna come to that. Yeah. So then I thought to myself, let me just write it on my phone, and I'll just get them to read it. I thought, yeah, khalas, and I put it into like a nice pinky looking thing, yeah. And I thought, khalas, let me do this. So I just called the cameraman. I said, bro, can you come meet me in Stratford? And I'm gonna do this. What's the experiment? I said, I'm gonna approach sisters. I'm just gonna say, Salaam alaikum, can you read this? And I'm gonna walk off. That's it. He's like, why? I said, because there's a message on it. And he was like, well, what's the message? I said, I'll give him some context. I said, I think the message was, may Allah bless you guys for wearing the hijab against all odds in this weather. May Allah grant you Jannah, something like that, something along those lines. Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, let me do this. And to me, when it comes to these matters, I look at the haram and the halal. And with the little knowledge that I have, I know that it is not haram for one to speak or have I wouldn't say a conversation, but to ask a question or to say, okay, some people say, okay, you're saying salam alaikum. Should you say it to a sister? It might cause fitna. There's a difference. But I know that what I did was not haram, but can it be disliked? Maybe not befitting, maybe not befitting, yeah. So yeah, that's what happened. And I can remember when I did this, I think Musa contacted me and he was not happy. And he said, I can remember what he said.
No, that video annoyed me.
No, I think not even annoyed. He said to me, he goes, bro, if that was, I think he said, if you did that to my wife, he goes, I'll be really angry. I think it's something like that.
Yeah,
Like, if you approach my wife,
I would be quite
yeah,
upset.
and to me, I never took that. And I said to him, you know what, bro, I hear where you're coming from. I genuinely hear where you come from. Now, people ask me this question: would you be okay? And this is what a lot of people ask me: would you be okay with somebody approaching your wife? Now, my principle in life is the following, bro. Allah says in the Quran, don't tell the people to do something that you want to do yourself. It's hateful in the sight of Allah. So to me, bro, anytime I think of something, I do think, if it was my sister, if it was my wife. Now, if my wife is walking in a public sphere and a random brother, let's say he's in the dawah or not in the dawah, approaches and says, Salaam alaikum, sister. Can you read this? Me as Ali Dawah, would I have a problem per se? Now, if he's coming and saying, oh, you look buff, or come on, it's a different story. But if it's, you know what? May Allah bless you for wearing the hijab, argument's sake, yeah? And my wife came and said, you know what happened today? What happened? I was in Stratford, okay. Some brother, okay, in a phobe, okay, came and just showed me this. I'll be like, okay, was there a reason? Like was it spontaneous? Is it just you? But other than that, if it was like, okay, he done a social experiment or whatever it may be, okay, for that matter, then I would be like, okay, if it was a reason where he's, okay, it's hard, he's trying to encourage people. And you know what's very interesting? I'll finish on this because I don't want to give I actually checked this, and we checked with a very high alim, a Mauritanian scholar, because we wanted to know. And it actually blew my mind. And I'm not trying to say that was right, because in the moment, maybe there's things I should have done better, which I agree on, which we will come to. But he actually said, Surah Asr. Like he said, you've done exactly this. And I was shocked because the ayah I use in the video is totally separate. He goes, you call them to truth and you call them to patience. Yeah. And I thought to myself, actually, that's very deep. So that was from my point of view.
But now, okay, so let me bring you my perspective to this.
No.
No. Because look, At the end of the day, it's your life.
Yes.
My life.
Yes.
Muhammad's life.
You can't judge me.
You can do what you want in your
You
life.
can't judge me.
No, but like we all have free will to do whatever we want in our life. That doesn't mean we
No, of
should
course,
do whatever we want.
There's Islam as
But-
well. Yeah, we can't do whatever we like.
So here's the thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Where my issue is, even with the Mauritanian scholar,
Yeah.
when you bring the Mauritanian scholar to me, it doesn't really mean much to me.
Yeah.
The reason I say it doesn't mean much to me is because, and this is actually something for people who are listening.
Okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna play that part again. But Ali Dawah says that he went to a scholar, and right away he says, I don't care what the scholar says. So Muslims, they constantly do this. They throw their scholars under the bus all the time. And he's gonna get into his reasons for why he disagreed with the video now, and I'll let him go until we comment again. But anything you want
I
to say?
can't wait.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go.
My issue is, even with the Mauritanian scholar,
Yeah.
when you bring the Mauritanian scholar to me, it doesn't really mean much to me.
Yeah.
The reason I say it doesn't mean much to me is because, and this is actually something for people who are listening to bear in mind. When someone comes and says, I spoke to so-and-so sheikh and he said it's okay,
Yeah.
there's a few things that you need to know.
Yes.
First of all, what did you say to the sheikh? Yeah, I'm not asking you now.
Yes.
I'm just giving a general.
Mm.
What did you say to the sheikh? Did you give him full context? Does he actually know exactly what's going on here? Okay.
Of course.
Does he know the magnitude
No,
of
no,
it,
no, you know
or
what?
etc.? All of these things.
One quick touch one. I did
Go.
not say nothing. It was Muhammad Hijab
Yeah.
and Sheikh Abu Safia that actually told him, because I would be biased.
No, that's fine.
They told him exactly what I did.
That's
why I
fine.
did
But
it.
still, even if you tell me like
Just
so
in the
and so-
context, we've asked a question.
yeah,
That's
but
okay.
still, because I don't know what they would have said to the sheikh. I
Okay.
don't know if the sheikh fully saw the context.
They spoke Arabic.
Do you
I don't know.
understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So even that's even worse
Yeah.
because
Them speaking Arabic.
no, it's worse because you don't know what they said.
Yes, I don't know what
Do you understand?
Yes.
So now,
Okay.
Oh.
So he gets Muhammad Hijab and someone else to speak to a sheikh in Arabic. He can't understand anything they're saying because he doesn't understand Arabic. But there's another video, and we could play this one later maybe. But Muhammad Hijab is blasting Shamsi for, he's saying that, you know, Shamsi is making these Arabic mistakes and stumbling here and there, whatever. But anyway, he's blasting him for what he says is like bad Arabic. Now, Ali Dawah doesn't even have any Arabic, let alone, you know, Shamsi, who actually speaks Arabic. and so he's saying right here, look, there was a conversation that took place in Arabic. I have no idea what they said. And Adnan Rashid's son, Musa, is saying, yeah, that's even worse.
Do you see how he's laying the case against him bit but sentence by sentence, and Ali Dawah was squirming? Oh, okay. He's like, first of all, I don't know what he told the scholar, implying that he would lie to the scholar about context, which is something Muslims always do.
Yes.
I shouldn't say always.
Most of the time.
Most of the time, 99.999%. When they
Yeah.
go to the scholar, they will minimize how bad it looks. This is,
Right.
by the way, Islamically, this is really bad. Really bad. One, because I told you, the Surah 33 verse 53, talking behind a partition. Second, he's not a blood relative. Third, he's approaching random women on the street. Fourth, these women belong to somebody. They're somebody's mom, they're somebody's sister, they're somebody's wife, which is the worst. So he's basically a random man approaching somebody's wife. Muslims care a lot about how things look.
Yes.
And that's according to Muhammad himself, which Ali Dawah is the one who quoted it. Someone saw Muhammad walking with a wife. They didn't know it was his wife because all of them looked like black sacks. You know, they walked the other way. You're saying, whoa, 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 this is my wife. Don't assume. So everything looks bad. Imagine if you're walking by this girl's neighbor or this girl's family, relative. You saw her talking to a strange man on the street. What are you gonna think?
And he's recording her.
And he's recording her, and you know, he's showing her his phone.
Yeah.
Some random man showing a woman his phone in a Muslim context.
Who knows what he's?
That means there's a relationship of some kind.
Yeah.
So he's actually endangering these Muslims' reputations. Okay.
Yeah.
So Islamically, it's wrong. Culturally, it's wrong. You know, depending on the backwoods cultures of whichever these women are from. We've seen all kinds of women, you know, that he's seen. He's just approaching random women, and it's contact for no reason.
Yeah.
Like we said, a social experiment. An experiment is something with an aim at the end to test a hypothesis of some kind. He's
not just giving compliments.
He's just throwing compliments at them. So what difference is it from whistling at them from the road saying, "Oh, you're hot"? What's the difference? Like, you know, it's you're basically throwing compliments at women you don't know, which
Right.
is, you know, perverted and creepy and awkward for any culture, let
Right.
alone Muslim culture. So that's where I'm at with this.
And another point on the reputation, Muslims take very seriously how the women are dressed. And if a woman is now on YouTube, and now Ali Dawah, he's based in the UK. The Muslim communities, it's big, but it's not
Worldwide.
right. But let's just say the UK Muslim community, a lot of people know who Ali Dawah is, and so he's known in a lot of circles. So he's got 1 million views on this video. Imagine one of these Muslim women who are not properly dressed, and then her family wants to get her married somewhere or something like that, and that, oh, she was the one on the video and she wasn't properly dressed.
Right.
So there's like a whole reputation and shame that's involved with that. No, so we're just talking about on an Islamic level, he's even messing up on that.
Right. He just subjected these women to
Shame.
worldwide scrutiny
Yeah.
of everything. So they'll scrutinize these women to the hilt.
Yeah.
Now this woman finds herself on a viral video, with lots of comments. Oh, why isn't your neck covered? Why is your some of your hair showing? Why is your arm showing? Why he's stopping to speak to a stranger? You know, he's just reckless. Like he says, there's no planning. He's spontaneous. He doesn't think.
Exactly. Okay, so we'll continue on. Ali is about to finish his answer, and then he's going to keep getting pressed on this point here for the video.
Oh, here's the thing. Forget the sheikh. It's not from the sheikh's perspective. Forget that, the Islamic side of things. Put it to a side for a second. The reason why I don't agree with it, is because you're going up to sisters. Did they know they're being filmed?
Okay, after we did it, we would tell them that we are doing a social experiment.
Did they know they're being filmed?
No, they have to, because it's a social experiment. I would have to tell them.
But they all knew they're being filmed.
As far as I remember, I do not want to lie, we made it clear that it's a social experiment.
But a social experiment?
Yes.
No, but did you tell them it was a social experiment before you made them read the message, or after?
Oh, no. I think it was after. So after we read the message and they saw it, what would we do is that, for example, like I would go off, because usually I just wanted to see it. But I think we told them that, if I can remember clearly, that they were told that it is on there. But I cannot remember if I did it to every single sister that I said, by the way, it's been filmed.
That was in the video.
I cannot remember that.
Okay, here's this is where I see the issue.
Okay, before he gets into the issue, I want to play. Before he gets into the issue, I just want to play that part one more time, because Ali Dawah actually never answers the question. They asked like 3 times from one guy, and then the other guy asked. The question is, did these women know that they were being recorded? Did they know that they were being recorded? And we're not talking now about on a legal level, like is he allowed to record them, whether in public or what? We're not talking about that. They're just asking him on a moral level, and they're trying to argue, from Islam. But pay attention. He says, did they know they were being filmed? And he says, I told them it was a social experiment. But that doesn't answer the question. Did they know they were being filmed? Like, you and I can go onto the street somewhere and tell people, hey, we're performing a social experiment before or after we try it on them. That doesn't mean that they're being filmed.
I think he mixes up the social experiment with film. Again, I'm not sure about his IQ, but he doesn't know what an experiment is. Second, he assumes that all social experiments are filmed. That's not true.
Crazy.
That's not true, Ali Dawah. Plenty of teams at universities do all kinds of experiments, and they're not all filmed. Sometimes they're documented, sometimes they're voice recorded, sometimes they're just witnessed. Filmed is different. The question is, did these women know that you were filming them and putting it out to hundreds of thousands of views?
Yeah, and one of the things that I noticed about Ali Dawah is he uses a deflection tactic that he will admit to some fault for something small, and he'll just kind of bypass the bigger accusation. So he's being asked over and over and over again, did they know that they were being filmed? Did they know, like, like, again, we're not talking about on a legal level. Is it okay legally to film someone when they're in public? I mean, we all know the answer to that, but we're saying on this moral level that they're trying to reason from, and these are his Muslim sisters. Did your Muslim sisters know that you were filming them? And so he doesn't answer that question. So what he does is he fesses up to some fault by saying, I don't know if I told all of them that it was a social experiment. So he's admitting to something which makes you think, oh, he's humble, he's saying he's wrong, but he's actually using that as a deflection tactic to get away from the bigger question of, did you film them or not? So that's a tactic that he uses in this discussion, and it's very deceptive. And I picked up on it here that he does that. Yeah. So yeah, you guys are writing a lot of really funny comments, and we're definitely watching and reading your comments as we listen to this. So I just rewinded a little bit, but is there anything that you wanted to say before we kind of continue?
I want to hear from this
right.
Adnan Rashid's son.
Okay. All right.
No, they have to go to social experiment.
We're going up to sisters. Did they know they're being filmed?
Okay, after we did it, we would tell them that we are doing a social experiment.
Did they know they're being filmed?
No, they have to go to social experiment. I would have to tell them.
But they all knew they're being filmed.
As far as I remember, I do not want to lie. We made it clear that it's a social experiment.
But a social experiment?
Yes.
No, but did you tell them it was a social experiment before you made them read the message or after?
Oh, no. I think it was after. So after we read the message and they saw it, what would we do is that, for example, like I would go off because usually I just wanted to see it. But I think we told them that if I can remember clearly, that they were told that it is on there. But I cannot remember if I did it to every single sister that I said, by the way, it's been filmed.
That was in the video.
I cannot remember that.
Okay, this is where I see the issue.
Yeah.
I see the issue where, because some of the girls, I don't remember the video, but I can assume, and you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
Some of the girls were not fully covered properly in the way that Islam wants them to cover.
I can remember, one with her friend, like it covered, but like it was like I think trousers or something like that.
Okay, whatever. Yeah. The issue with this type of stuff that I see is that a girl, now she's going to be put in front of, you've got a lot of subscribers, mashallah. She's going to be put in front of a lot of people. And people like watching those type of videos. Lots of people are going to see these videos, right? And lots of people are going to see these videos. So she's going out to this many people. Let's say one day she wants to wear the hijab properly.
Yes.
Let's say she wants to one day wear the niqab properly. That type of thing being out there, a video of someone being out there, can actually really disturb them.
It actually happened.
In that way.
You know, it actually happened.
Well, okay.
Let me tell you how it happened.
Yeah.
A brother, her husband, or someone from a family message.
Someone contacted you.
So there was a Bengali sister, I can remember, which she was working in a shop. She actually read the message. And I think she got in contact with me, I think a couple of months ago. Not her and her husband. And they said the sister's basically wearing a niqab now. Yeah. And I think we blurred it. Of course, like we have to. Like, so what I do is, bro, for example, the Bitter Truth podcast, we'll come to later. Same principles. Like if sometimes we invite sisters, they come with their husband, they don't even wear the hijab. The moment they contact me and say this sister is now wearing the hijab, we will fully blur her. Now, why we don't do it beforehand? Because, which is a different issue, but this happened. Actually, one other thing that happened was very recently after we done the podcast, and this brother was actually being triggered by certain brothers, who are from Birmingham, not those brothers, the lemon herb version, so not the really spicy ones, okay. So these brothers, and the brother came to me, and it's as if he was being coerced, bro. He actually didn't have a problem because, like, I think his wife or his sister was in there, from a distance, and this was basic, bro. You could barely make them out because there's people walking us from a distance, He said to me, bro, it's not that deep, but bro, and he's on the phone, and there's someone literally coercing him, saying, nah, bro, tell him to take it down. And I'm taking the phone. I said, bro, look, I totally understand. If you want me to blur it, I'll blur it. He's like, bro, to me, it's not that deep. I said, who's this guy on the phone? I took it. I know who he was, And I was thinking to myself, bro, well, what's your problem? Like, the guy is saying, now, can someone come and say, this man has no ghira or this, that? Come on, get the hell out of here. Because number one, we know the face is not aura, and I'm not arguing that, of course. But he was saying, bro, to me, it's not that deep. The message was thing. My sisters were okay with it. But there's this guy on the phone he's kind of ascribed to, telling him, nah, bro, you need to tell him to take it down. And I was thinking, bro, which goes back to these issues. Like, I know where Musa is coming from, maybe where you're coming. I don't know your opinion on the matter, It might be, and not it might be. I believe that it is genuinely and good for me. But
of
some
course.
people, bro, they just don't
no, but
like me.
Here's another issue.
They just don't like me, bro. You know, because they don't like me, they just want to attack me.
You know what you said before, for example, the example you gave that you'd be fine with it.
Yeah.
I would argue majority of brothers wouldn't be fine with it. I would argue majority.
Like
Like,
I wouldn't be okay with
I
someone
wouldn't be okay with it.
approaching my mahram, for example,
Yeah.
one of my maharim,
Yeah.
for example,
Yeah.
and then filming her and then complimenting her.
No, but no,
No, there was no compliment.
no, but compliment is
Oh.
I'm happy with it. Okay,
no, I didn't compliment.
let me give you the scenario.
said-
if my sister came home,
Yes. Yes.
my sister came home and she
Yeah.
said to me, "Oh, Musa, I was walking around in Brent Cross or whatever,
Yeah.
and a brother came up to me, he's wearing a thobe, etc. Yeah. And he said, "Oh, you know, mashallah, you're doing a good job wearing the hijab, etc."
No.
First of all-
saying
Or even showed his phone.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
the
I
context.
would find that extremely problematic, bro.
Yeah.
I would be lying to you
Yeah,
in your
yeah,
face.
yeah.
I find it extremely. It would even now thinking about it's infuriating me
Yes.
because of like I've ghira for
100%.
as we all should, yeah.
Yes.
So it's like I'm thinking, and I would not assume it's Ali Dawah who's got mashallah very good intentions, etc.
Of
Whatnot.
course.
That's not where my mind is gonna go.
Yes.
Any man, his mind is automatically he knows how
Yes.
men are.
Yes.
You know what the heck is this brother doing?
True.
What the heck is this brother doing?
True.
Coming up to my wife, coming up to my
Yes, yes.
my sister walking around,
Yes.
etc.
Yeah.
Telling her Jazakallah khair for wearing the hijab. What on earth, right?
Okay, so you can see now it's starting to get a little heated here. And by the way, what they're saying, the word in Arabic that they're saying jealousy. They have ghira, they have jealousy for their wives or for the females in their family. They're jealous. They have jealousy for them. So they don't just want some random guy, a Muslim guy, walking up to them and giving them compliments. So, you can see there's some tension. Obviously, tension is getting more heated now, and they're saying, "Look, I wouldn't be okay with that. You approach my wife on the street and you give her a compliment, and you put her on YouTube in front of a million people."
Yeah, can I ask you something, brother?
Yeah.
What's the difference between saying a compliment to her verbally than putting it on a screen?
There's none.
What is the difference?
There's none.
He's acting like, no, but I didn't say it. I showed it on the phone.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
There's
So
none.
are you saying that?
He's still communicating it to her?
So are you saying that if you texted a girl something is different than if you say it to her? Like, you're still complimenting her and you're still there physically, so she'd be like, "Oh, thanks, appreciative, looking at you a certain way," and it's somebody else's wife and it's somebody else's sister, and all of you are not gonna think, "Oh, you're doing it for Islam." They're gonna be thinking you're doing it because you're trying to chat up my wife.
Exactly.
That's just the Muslim mentality, and it's not coming from me. It's coming from the
That's even what they're saying.
Adnan Rashid's and
son.
this other guy Musa.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Musa Muhammad,
and
yeah.
Muhammad.
Yeah.
They're saying I'm not cool with it.
Yeah.
Now we know in Christian circles,
Yeah.
if a brother comes to me and says, "God bless you," I know it's fine. Like I know him. I know the spirit that we're in. It's a different paradigm completely. Okay, and I've been a Christian a few years. I've never felt that weirdness from a Christian guy. Like Muslims have to always worry about weirdness from each other's brothers. You wouldn't think that they'd look at someone else's wife because it's his brother, but they don't care about that.
Right.
They like they said, "Oh, we know what men are like, so don't approach my wife." Now, actually, saved men, okay, they're not like that. But obviously, because their paradigm is everybody's perverted, everybody's looking at everybody's wife, so don't approach my wife.
Now, somewhere else in this interview, Ali Dawah lists 3 things that are temptations. He says the first one is fame. The first one is money. The second one is fame, and the third one are what? Women. So he says, and this is what he says. I'm not saying anything that he didn't say. He said that out of those 3, that's the strongest temptation is the woman. And he says that I'm not saying that they're evil, but they cause such great temptation. So he's putting himself in a position amongst people who he's saying are the greatest temptations to him. Why put yourself in that position, going up to these women that you are saying they're your greatest threat to keeping you pure? Why keep going up to them? And not only yourself, but you're now exposing these women who you say are the greatest temptation to your audience that are majority are teenage Muslim boys. So raging hormones, etc. So he's introducing the things that he describes. He describes these things: money, fame, and woman. Those 3. He says that the women are the most tempting, and so he's now introducing this temptation to his audience.
Right.
And the Muslims, they don't bring that point up because they don't really, they're more concerned with like, what if it was my wife or my sister, which is a good point, but there's also implications for the audiences as well.
What I don't understand is, why did he have to do it? If he wanted to appreciate his Muslim sisters, why couldn't he have his own wife or someone from his team who's a covered woman go up to these women and say, by the way, we appreciate you wearing hijab? Why did he have to do it? Do you see what I'm saying? Or if he did do it, why did he have to put it up? Why did the appreciation have to be clickbait that gets him lots of views? Because let me tell you, as soon as you put a woman, especially a Muslim woman, doing anything with the Muslim man, you're gonna get hundreds of thousands of views.
Yeah, it's gonna your view count is gonna be a lot higher than what it would be without the woman on
exactly
there.
Especially that he titled the video, I asked
I gave my phone to Muslim women.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's
something like that, right?
I gave my phone to Muslim women.
Yeah. So
obviously he's gonna get lots of views. So it's not about no appreciation.
Giving Muslim girls my phone.
Giving Muslim girls my phone.
Experiment.
So
just from seeing that title, you don't think that he's going to like just show them his screen or something. It does leave you wondering, and he gets into the clickbait kind of thing later on in the interview. But yeah, so
well, how do you think a Muslim father would feel if his daughter is in a video that's called giving Muslim women my phone?
It doesn't make them look good.
People get killed over that kind of stuff back home.
Exactly.
But anyway, let's continue.
Okay, let's continue on.
Etc. Telling her Jazakallah khair for wearing the hijab. What on earth, right? So that's why I didn't agree with that video.
100%,
right?
And
I actually believe that I don't see the immense benefit.
Oh no, that I totally disagree, bro.
In doing that.
Oh,
I don't.
That side
I just
of it,
don't.
that side of it. Besides checking it with the alim, which you checked, and like with him, this scholar.
That's his opinion, though.
Yeah, no, that's his opinion. But what I'm saying is
opinion.
that, for example, with this kind of stuff, we don't. That video, yes, I should have checked beforehand doing it.
Yeah.
But like, I got away with that in the sense where then alim agreed. One alim, he agreed
but did
with
you
that.
see? You see the video?
And, bro, he saw the video. They showed him. Look.
He saw the video.
He saw the video, bro. Of course. You know what he said to me? He said, "Tell the brother to go and do this for non-hijabis to wear the hijab." And I said, "Sheikh, I'm not planning on doing it because it got a little bit of criticism." So the thing is here, though. But I still, I do not defend I believe it could have been executed better. Is it haram? I wouldn't say it's haram. However, bro, all I would say is forget my word. Just go to the comment section, and bro, look at the comments that have the most likes as well. And again, I'm not defending myself. I believe I should have thought about it better. Was my intention in the right place? Yes. Now, the action, can I say it was against the sunnah? No, I cannot say it's against the sunnah. But the thing is, and there might be a difference on this. But however, if you look at the comment section,
if it's not against sunnah, you're saying it's sunnah.
No, for example, are you saying that for we have?
I think let's not get the sunnah involved in this. Yeah.
Yes, but I wouldn't. Nobody can come and say to me it is against the sunnah or it is for the sunnah.
Okay.
Like in the context, what I'm saying is for a deed to be accepted, it has to be intentional, has to be in the right place, and it has to be according to the sunnah. So no,
we're not coming at you.
No one is doubting your intentions.
For the people who's watching. Yeah. So therefore, if you look at the comment section, wallahi, I can open it to you right now. Yeah. You know what was it? I was about to take my hijab off, and wallahi, if I'm lying, please go to the comment section. Okay. I did not put them there. I did not pin them there. Go and look at the top comments. Wallahi, and look again. I believe the execution was problematic. I wish I did it in a better way.
Okay.
Hands up.
Yeah.
However, did it benefit, bro? In that time when those hijabis taking a hijab off, would I do the same?
No, I'm not gonna doubt.
Akhi,
How many views has it got?
Yeah, over 1 million.
Okay, Akhi, come on, man. Because let's be real. A video has got over 1 million people. It would be a very controversial statement for me to come and say it didn't benefit anyone.
No.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that.
I believe the benefits totally outweigh the.
Okay, this is I don't know. I don't have the. I'll be honest with you. I don't have the information to comment.
No, but the question. But the question is, when you did do the video, did you know the benefits would outweigh the harm of it?
Oh, wallahi, Allah's my witness. I remember in that car.
I'm not judging your intentions.
No.
By the way, do you know how a lot of sisters perceive this stuff? Do you know how a lot of sisters?
I wouldn't say a lot of sisters.
I would say a lot of sisters.
But
a lot.
Allow him to answer that question if you don't mind.
Go on.
No, just when you did do the video at the time, did you know? Like, did you have like a guarantee stamp that you knew for a fact that the benefits will outweigh the harm?
I don't know that I'm seeing. I can't have guarantee stamp. What I would say is this though. I had no shadow of a doubt that genuinely, if there is anybody thinking of taking their hijab off, this video will touch them. Like in my head, I was like, if a sister is on the verge of taking hijab off, or even want to wear it, I had no doubt that Because you know why? One of the reasons I did it was this, bro. Yeah. In the Dawah scene, or men in general, what are we known for? Always criticizing sisters. She wears pink color hijab. We are just known for it. And to me, bro, if you see me and Musa done a video about men's hijab tutorial, I've done a couple of those. You know why? Because I wanted to tip the balance. Why is it always? Do you get it?
No, Ali,
so,
I know
so,
you.
so from my point of view, bro, it was like, you know what?
I know your angle.
That's the reason why I done it.
I know your angle with this stuff.
But I fully accept.
But my thing is as well. You know, when we do this, and by the way, we're moving on from that topic.
Yes.
Yeah. But there's a reason we're discussing all of this on camera. We're gonna go into that as well. But here's one of my things. Yeah. We have to also be aware of how women, sisters, perceive certain things.
Okay. Yeah.
Perceive certain things, right? Now, I'm someone who's very in touch with
your feminine side.
No, like, but women in my family, for example.
Wow.
Ah, dear.
He's very in touch with his feminine side. Now, that's their way of kind of jabbing back and forth with each other without outright saying, like, I don't like what you're saying to me, and I wish you wouldn't say this to me on live right now. So they just kind of give these jabs back and forth. But the part that they're being, like, you know, upfront about and forward about is, you know, pressing Ali on these points. Ali can't give much of a response other than, yeah, we asked the scholar. They throw the scholar under the bus. They just say, oh yeah, that's his opinion.
Well, actually, the scholar said go to non-Muslim women as well. Like the scholar is
non-hijabi.
Non-hijabi.
I didn't know what he meant by that. I don't know if he meant Muslim women that aren't covering up, or if he meant like non-Muslim women. I wasn't sure what he meant by that.
Can I say something? Because Muslim women always talk about hijab is just between me and Allah. I just do it for Allah. You know, it's personal choice. Why is it the whole ummahs like they feel responsibility? They feel a lot of them are taking the hijab off. Let's just encourage them. Let's compliment them. Let's approach them. You know, let's push them. You know, push and pull them to wear this thing in all kinds of weather, and then make videos out of it. Like seriously, I thought it's just something that is completely her choice between her and Allah.
Right.
Why is a strange man getting involved?
Exactly.
And approaching, and it feels that it's his responsibility because he saw lots of people take the hijab off to go and coerce her into it. If she doesn't want to put it on, surely it's between her and Allah. Like they say, it's personal choice. It's the heart that matters. All that nonsense they talk about. Go on, bro.
Yeah, that's a good point. It is a good point. Yeah. So we won't play much more of this part. There are a couple of other things that we can talk about. I have some other timestamps that we can go to, but we'll just kind of let him make his point about the sisters and you know, his Muslim sisters and how he actually knows this, because here's obviously he's a guy, but yet he's going to speak on behalf of the Muslim sisters. Ali Dawah just as qualified. I mean, according to a lot of the Dawah people, the only thing Ali Dawah is good at is chatting up you know, girls. So I don't know which one is more connected with the Muslim woman side, but let's hear what he has to say.
Your feminine side.
Sisters perceive certain things.
Okay. Yeah.
Perceive certain things, right? Now, I'm someone who's very in touch with
your feminine side.
No, like, but women in my family, for example, I know what they would like. I know what they wouldn't like.
Yeah, I don't have sisters.
Now I'm gonna ask Muhammad this question first before I come, and I want you to let us do this. Yeah, Muhammad, all of the women in your family, I know your family, etc. You have women in your family. The women in your family, immediate and, you know, external. Okay. If a brother came up to them in public like that, would the vast majority of them appreciate that?
No.
Okay. The women in my family, the vast majority, actually, I can't think of one external as well. I've got many cousins in the UK studying universities, etc. If a brother came up to them, if you came up to them and done that, they would not appreciate it, especially if you filmed them and put it online.
Oh, no,
and I think if we were to go into each family and ask them, would the vast majority of women in your family appreciate this? They say, no, we wouldn't appreciate this.
Let's divide the question into two aspects. Filming and somebody giving a nasiyah. Let's take the filming out the picture. Let's go through, because there's two separate. Filming.
It's not nasiha though, because you're kind of saying, I'm happy. It's not nasiha. Because how is it nasiha? Because it's appreciation.
No.
Okay, so what they're debating about now is whether this is advice or not. Is it nasiha? Is it advice?
Oh dear.
So sometimes they kind of sprinkle in Arabic words.
So he doesn't know what experiment is, and he doesn't know what compliment is, and he doesn't know what
advice is.
Nasiha is an Arabic word meaning advice.
Yeah.
So let's say if you, in Islamically, it means you saw someone doing something bad, you're advising them to correct them.
Right.
That's what Nasiha is.
Yeah.
So he's
not correcting anybody. He's not giving them advice. He's just complimenting them and saying, "Hey, you're wearing a hijab on a hot day.
Yeah,
good
well
for you.
done.
Well for you." But yeah.
So I hate to agree with Adnan Rashid's son, but that's not what Nasiha is. I agree.
Yeah. So again, we'll just let this play out for a couple more minutes, and if there's anything good left in here, we'll comment on it. If not, we'll just go to the other parts.
Yeah, and I agree, by the way, not even as a, obviously I'm not a Muslim woman. If anybody comes up to me, compliments my looks or what I'm wearing, then puts my reaction without my permission on YouTube,
you're not gonna like that.
I'm not gonna like it. I have to be honest. Like it's not on, especially that he's not appreciating he's appreciating the external.
Yeah.
What I'm wearing. It's like none of you. It's very personal, first of all. So yeah, it's just not on. Come on.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Let's see. Let's go through, because there's two separate. Filming.
It's not nasiha though, because you're kind of saying I'm happy. It's not nasiha. Because how is it nasiha? Because you're no, it's appreciation.
No, bro. We're talking about.
What did you advise them?
Patient, like Surah Asr,
Okay, you advise them to be patient, but you also told them.
No, this is, bro. It has to be nasiha. I cannot go and do a video for the sake of it. Why am I doing it? I don't know.
Okay,
no,
so
there has
from
to
your
be,
perspective, you told them to be patient.
Bro, 100%. To me, there has to be a purpose. Like when I do my videos, I always think, what can I give from the Quran and Sunnah? Like 98% of my videos, bro, has an ayah or hadith in there. I cannot, bro, do a video for the sake of it. Why? All right, today I'm going to be doing a reaction video on what? I'm just reacting on what, man? Is it based on what can I add Quran and Sunnah?
So I'm pretty sure Ali Dawah just starts going on tangents. So we'll go to a part of the interview, or whatever you want to call this now, where Ali Dawah answers the question, what would Ali Dawah do if somebody beats him in a debate? So what do you think, sister, Ali Dawah would do? Would he be an honest person who is saying, and by the way, we're not just talking about someone who's going to Speaker's Corner and they have to kind of edit what they want to have on for a video, because let's say you have like 2 or 3 hours worth of discussions at Speaker's Corner, let's say, and you need to have that chopped down to like a 20-minute video on YouTube. We're not talking about taking out what clips or what debates you want to have, or we're talking about on his podcast. So what do you think he would do if someone starts beating him in a debate? Start eating grapes. Yeah.
Yes, right, brother Sanawi. What would he would do if someone beats him in a debate? He'll go to his sister or his wife and say, I appreciate your brother so much for being in the debate. He'll approach some women. I don't know. I don't know.
You wanna hear what he says?
I wanna hear what.
All right.
Yes, of course.
So anybody who has spoken to Ali Dawah in person, maybe if you have visited London on a Sunday, you went to Speaker's Corner and you spoke to him, and you might be wondering, why didn't my discussion get put up on his YouTube channel?
By the way, his nasiha logic is completely wrong.
Yeah.
He's saying, I was giving them advice.
By the way, we'll get into his logic later on, but they'll make fun of him for his logic. But go ahead.
It's stupid because you can't just appreciate a Muslim woman and tell her to be patient, regardless of context. So let's say a Muslim woman is very good at doing her housework. Right. Are you going to enter into a house alone and approach her and say, I appreciate nasiha. You're so patient being a good Muslim housewife. Right. It's stupid. It's not. You have to think of the context and whether it's acceptable or not, or whether it's respectable or not, or whether her husband's going to appreciate it or she's going to appreciate it. You can't approach random Muslim women or random women and just be a creep and start appreciating them. And the second thing I wanted to say was, of course, he has to tell them to be patient, because being a Muslim woman is horrible and it's a terrible experience. And you have to do so many stupid things, one of which is wearing layers and layers when you're, in very, very hot weather, because they're too perverted. And even then, they won't leave you alone. They still approach you to quote unquote, appreciate it. It's like, so I understand why they need patience, but you can have their sisters telling them to be patient. You don't need a strange man to do it.
And by the way, earlier on in the video, he says that the verse that he uses on the video was not the one that the sheikh actually gave him. The sheikh was the one who gave him the one about patience. And so he's using that verse to say, actually, yeah, I was giving them, advice to be patient. But he didn't have that verse before he did the video. That was after when the sheikh gave him that verse, and he said that. So he's actually not being honest here. But these guys,
he's rewriting.
It's Adnan Rashid's son, so I mean, he's not going to pick up on all these things.
He's rewriting history. He's using information from afterwards to pretend that it was intention from before.
Yeah.
But go on then.
Okay, so here's the answer to the question, and we're going to get two different clips here. The answer to the question: what would Ali Dawah do? What would Ali Dawah do if someone makes a point that he can't refute, or someone makes him look bad in debate? What would he do?
Do that. Of course, when you watch that, that doesn't relate to you.
What if she defeats you?
But no, that's the issue. If it defeats me, that video's not coming up. That's not going out because I'm in control. So the reason I do that is why don't I bring them on purpose? Because in order for me to defeat Batil needs to be in front of me. So the thing is, when we do that, of course, when you watch that, that doesn't relate to you.
What if she defeats you?
But no, that's the issue. If it defeats me, that video's not coming up. That's not going out because I'm in control. So the
Okay, so Ali Dawah says that he likes to talk to people of different perspectives who believe in falsehood, and then he asks the question, what happens if she defeats you? And he says, it's not going up. That video is not going up. I'm in control.
Yeah, by the way, it's batil, not batil. It's batil, which means falsehood, by the way. If you're going to use Arabic words, at least, learn how to pronounce them.
Okay, so that's your nasiha to Ali Dawah.
Yeah, my nasiha to you is to learn how to pronounce batil.
And he repeats it again over here. Here we go.
Day out, so I don't want people to think.
No, but if you're doing da'wah, what's wrong with wanting to get views?
To me, I believe
wanting to get your stuff out there.
It gets problematic, bro. When you start fixating about the views, bro, we all suffer from it. Yeah. So it can be. I know where you're coming from.
No.
Wait. Hold on a second. Let me rewind this part because some of the stuff I didn't watch all the way through. So this sounds interesting. So let's see what they're saying here about getting views. So let's go back to 4:30. Let's see what he says here.
And you know what? Hijab actually, I would think he would roast the sis. He actually defends them a lot. People would think that. But in this aspect, he said, what do you mean? He said, in the Sharia, what do you mean? Are you equating something that is literally haram to something halal? Do you get it? And then she obviously said, okay, no, I didn't mean it like that. I said, she's a good sister. She said, you know what? No.
Okay. So what he's talking about here is the Secret Wives episode of his podcast, where the one Muslim lady said that it feels like it's cheating.
Yeah.
Actually, let me just go back because so that's what he's referring to there. So we'll just go through and kind of see what we can comment on with this. We'll just go through this video, different parts, see what we can comment on this Dawah drama stuff. Here we go.
On the show when we done it, because she was getting a bit of hate, and she's done a video and she announced that she actually started wearing the hijab. So it was good news to us. Well, alhamdulillah, we're happy that you're wearing the hijab now. That's good. However, for example, she said in that podcast, to me, if my husband is having a secret second wife, that's like cheating. And was like, oh, that's now a battered statement. That's actually that statement. What you're saying is actually it's very problematic. But she said that's how it feels like to me. Understandable. But I know Muhammad hijab there. I brought him there for a reason. Do you get it? So he came and said he actually rebuked the sister in a polite way. So to me, bro, I cannot. No, he did.
Well, was it polite?
No, bro.
No, I haven't seen it, by the way.
Look, let me be honest. He actually stuck it on, but in a polite way. He was polite. He was not rude. Mashallah, he was, and you know what? Hijab actually, I would think he would roast the sis. He actually defends them a lot. People would think that, but in this aspect, he said, "What do you mean?" He said, "In the Sharia, what do you mean? Are you equating something that is literally haram to something halal?" Do you get it? And then she obviously said, "Okay, no, I didn't mean it like that." I said, "She's a good sister." She said, "You know what? No, I didn't mean it like that." But the point is, what, bro? I have to bring sisters or brothers, for that matter, who have weird opinions, outright ajib, weird opinion. This is not from Islam, to correct it. So the person that's watching go, yeah, you made a good point. I go, well, hold on, so that's not from Islam. This what you're doing, it's not from Islam, for example, So these aspects needs to be touched on. Now, if I come and bring 3 sisters in niqab, argument's sake, or 3 brothers, and we're like, do we all agree on this? Yeah. Where do you think the podcast?
No, I'm not saying to say
podcast,
that.
Do everybody like apple? Yes. Which apple? Red. Yes, all red. the conversation's not going to go anywhere. So that's why I bring specifically those who are not practicing so they can have dawah themselves. And for those people who think like them, that they can get some nasiyah. So with myself, if I know I've done a specific show and once...
Oh, he's about to say it here.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the part here. He's about to say, again, he's about to repeat what happens when he gets cornered or he gets defeated in an argument.
So with myself, if I know I've done a specific show and one sister got me really bad on a point, and I'm like, that logically is very thing, but Islam says otherwise, I'm not putting that up, bro. That's not going up at all. That's getting, because, bro, it's not about views.
All right. She got him on a point. Logically, sounds good, but Islamically, it's not good.
Yeah. Which is the rule, by the way. If something is very logical, it's not going to be Islamic. That's just the rule. Oh, he's like, she got us logically. That half brain got you logically, but it's not.
What does it say about you?
But it's not Islam. What does it say about Islam?
Yeah.
So that logic just defeated him and Islam. It's not coming up. So he's actually telling us what the dawah people do.
Yeah, this is the guy who's got. I don't think there's a dawah channel that has more subscribers than him, right? He's probably So what I'm saying is they're taking notes from this guy, from Ali Dawah, and he's telling them, hey, if someone beats you in a debate, I mean, this is why it's so important. It's so important. If you're going to debate a Muslim, even if you're doing it online, just online,
record.
Want to record. Yeah, you always want to record. You always want to record. So have a Christian, have someone you trust record the interaction. Don't just trust the Muslims. And even if you're on their live stream, don't trust that their live stream is going to be up. They might take it down, they might edit it. So you always want to have someone to record. If they're recording, if you guys are saying, hey, this is going to be recorded, then make sure it's recorded. Don't just trust the Muslims to do that. Ali Dawah is telling you he got beat in debates, but because he's the only one recording, they don't go up.
Do you want to put that again, the last part again, brother?
Yeah, let's play that again.
I'm not putting that up, bro. That's not on a point. If I know I've done a specific show and one sister got me really bad on a point, and I'm like, that logically is very thing, but Islam says otherwise, I'm not putting that up, bro. That's not going up at all. That's getting, because, bro.
You see? And now they're going to get into views, and it's kind of interesting to hear his perspective because he's got 1 million subscribers, and then Musa Adnan Rashid's son, what his perspective is. But anyway, so yeah.
So let me get this straight.
Okay.
The stuff that is out from Ali Dawah is gold enough for us to use all the time. Yeah. Imagine the stuff that he keeps.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't post. I mean, look.
Like this stuff here, he thinks that this is worth. Okay,
wow.
What did he just say recently? The scientific miracles.
Yeah, that stuff.
Absolute nonsense. They've been debunked, and that's the stuff he's releasing. He's releasing that stuff.
So that stuff that went through the filter is okay.
Yeah.
But the other stuff where he gets beaten, where the logical stuff is Islamically not correct, he gets stopped. You know what, this guy, Ali Dawah, the Lord is using him to destroy this religion called Islam, because remember what he was talking about, the lady that said made a point against Islam, and then Mimi Hijab, how to correct her.
Yes.
Do you remember what that point was, brother?
This was about the secret wives.
Right. So she was against being lied to.
Yes.
She said if my husband went and had another wife.
That's when they talk about white lie or black lie, and
right.
It's a lie.
So she was saying, if my husband went out and married another wife secretly, that to me is cheating, even if it's Islamically correct. That was verbatim. So Muhammad Hijab had to correct her, like Ali Dawah said, stuck it on her. You know, he went harsh against her, saying, there's no such thing as aside from Islam, we're Muslims. There's no such, you know, you can't have an opinion that's aside from Islam. You're under Islam.
Yeah.
So he calls her weird, you know, people who have weird views.
Yeah.
He says, I have to get these people who have weird views so that they can be corrected.
So it's a weird view to think that your husband shouldn't lie to you. That's a weird view.
Right. So he was using her as an example. He's saying, I can't have everyone come agree with me. There won't be a podcast. We need different views.
Yeah.
So he gets the people with the weird views so that
Yeah.
they can be taught what the Islamic position is. And then the people who think like them can be brought to correction.
Right.
But one of the example of the weird view is that a wife doesn't want her husband to lie to her about having a secret wife.
Exactly.
That's weird Islamically. And she had to be corrected by Muhammad Hijab. Go on.
Yes. Okay, so he told us very plainly, very openly, what does he do when someone corners him? What do they do when you get him in a point where he doesn't have an answer? He says, well, as long as I'm in control of the footage, it's not going to be published. So everything that he publishes, like saying things, like our brother David Wood just pointed out, he's exposing Islam, saying things like the scientific miracles are debunked. They're absolute nonsense.
Right.
That's going through his filter, and he's saying that gets the pass.
Right. And he did another video that actually where he doubled down.
He doubled down. Yeah.
Someone is asking what is the Islamic position?
On lying for the second wife?
Yes, the Islamic position is that you're allowed to lie to your wife.
And,
you're allowed to lie to your spouse about anything.
And Muhammad Hijab was saying that he doesn't know of a scholar that differs on that point.
Right.
So they are universally, according to Muhammad Hijab, they're universally agreed that you can lie to your wife.
Yes, and Ali
about having a second wife.
Correct. And Ali Dawah asked him specifically, if she asks, do you have a second wife? Can you say, no, I don't, and be lying? Muhammad Hijab said yes.
All right.
That's the Islamic position, which was supported by quoting a hadith where it says you can lie to your wife about anything that will not please her.
Okay, so sister, should we learn now about halal clickbait?
Yes,
and
please.
Getting an ijaza, an Islamic certificate in clickbait from Ali Dawah. So Ali Dawah is issuing ijazas. He's giving certifications for people who want to do halal clickbait.
As opposed to haram clickbait.
So here we go. Let's go to that part and see what he has to say.
Okay.
Kalam, what is it?
Kalam Farigh. Kalam Fadi.
Kalam Batil. Yeah, that's it. I mean, you know, it's Assalamu alaikum, brothers.
Any other words?
Huh?
Any words?
I mean, you know.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Nah, man, we covered a lot of controversial stuff as usual. You can make it more controversial if you like.
Clickbaiting.
Go on then. Bruv.
We're gone.
I was literally going to say, why is Ali Dawah only known for clickbaiting?
Bro, I'll be honest with you. I don't like the clickbait stuff, you know.
No, you're not ready for it, bro.
I don't like it.
I don't think anyone's ready for it. I'll be honest with you.
You know what? I'll be honest. I don't think you need to do it either.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to do it.
No, I don't do it. It comes naturally. It's not something I do. It's who I am.
Bro, some of them are so bad, you know that. Bro, some of them are so bad.
As long as I'm not lying,
I'm gonna check your channel.
That's
Yeah.
I have to say,
bro, some of them are so bad.
There was this trend where online du'at here, they used to literally just clickbait, and it was so bad. Like, alhamdulillah, the quality I think has gone a bit less worse.
Yeah.
It's still bad.
Most of them are students. Most of them are students. I'll give them a jazz on the clickbaits.
I think one of them is not, bro.
Here it is. I give them ijaza and clickbaits. Okay, so we'll let this discussion play out and then comment on it. So check this out.
This trend where online du'at here, they used to literally just clickbait, and it was so bad. Like, alhamdulillah, the quality I think has gone a bit less worse. Yeah. It's still bad.
Most of them are students. Most of them are students. I'll give them a jazz on the clickbaits.
I think one of them is not, bro. I'll be honest with you.
No, you have to, man. I think you have to be creative.
One of the brothers, may Allah bless him, yeah.
Actually, you know, some of your recent titles aren't that bad.
No, they're not, bro. I don't look. It's not something that I always do. It's like,
what
I do? I put a statement of truth in there. It is truth. Like, what I'm saying that is true. It's just you perceived it in the wrong way. That's your problem. That's your problem, bro. I said something and you thought it's going to be like this. It wasn't like that, bro. That's your problem. I didn't see that it's going to be like that.
So everyone perceives it in that particular way.
Not everyone.
It becomes everyone's problem.
People who have a disease in the heart. No, I'm joking. Yeah, you know, I think you have to be creative. I think as long as you're not lying, as long as you're not lying. So in my clickbait, I make sure that what I say is the truth, and it's like, how can I explain? What example can I give? I've got lots of examples of all these clickbaits.
I don't know.
Give me an example.
Choose the last clickbait video you made, bro.
I don't know. Let me see which last clickbait video.
Because I know you've got criticized for some as well. quite badly.
listen.
Okay, I just want to give an example of this. One of the videos that I saw that he has a very clickbait title for says Jew accepts Prophet Muhammad's message, Speaker's Corner. And in the thumbnail, he has in quotations, Muhammad message is true. Now you watch the entire video and the guy literally makes fun of Muhammad and says why he's a false prophet. That's literally what this Jewish guy says. And so so we can give you guys an example if you want, but
yeah, remember what he said? He always says the truth. He never lies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say I succumbed to the clickbait. I clicked that video when it came out.
Yeah.
It said Jew accepts Prophet Muhammad. I was like, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
I clicked on it. The Jew did not accept
He's
Muhammad.
making fun of Muhammad.
He made fun of Muhammad.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find that.
But there's another one though that they're going to talk about Andrew Tate and what was the girl that David Wood and Apostate Prophet Pearly, yeah. So he has a video about Andrew Tate calling out Pearly, and he admits that Andrew Tate didn't mention her name at all, didn't address her at all, and okay, we're just pulling up the other video at the same time here, okay. So we'll have it on the screen for afterwards. But here, check this out. They're gonna talk about this clickbait method that the Dawah gangs use. Here we go. Okay, here we go.
So nobody can criticize me. Yeah?
People get annoyed.
Okay, let's see. What did I do? Okay, here we go. Okay, not that one. Okay, all right. So for example, I've done one. It's called I DM'd her and this happened. Now, when I say DM'd her, the word DM it has a negative connotation in the sense of like, are you?
No, but I don't think that's that bad.
No, but still, it was like that. So for example, I messaged her, giving her a nasiyah. So somebody else might be thinking, oh, why did Ali DM her? Like, do you get it? So
you're playing on their.
No, I'm not playing on their
perversions.
That's what they're thinking, brother. Do you get it? So now another one.
Playing on people's perversions.
Okay. For example, Andrew Tate owns Just Pearly. Now in this one,
that's not clickbait though.
That is clickbait, bro. That is, bro.
Because he didn't speak about her.
Yes, he didn't mention by name, but what he said was anyone that insults the Prophet or tries to mock, and she did. She did. She actually did.
Yeah.
So what I did is I put her picture there and the tweets that she made. So now people came there and thinking that he mentions her by name. He didn't, but he did mention because she's one of those people that done it.
Okay, that one. Don't you think it's a bit? It could be a bit problematic.
No, not necessarily. Why is it problematic?
Because you're kind of attributing a statement to someone.
Yes.
And making it out like they intended someone else, but they didn't.
No, for example, if I come and say,
so couldn't Andrew Tate come and say to you, "Yo, bro, what the hell?" Like,
not necessarily, because I can say to him that, for example,
okay. So if Ali Dawah doesn't have a problem with that, I mean, I'm thinking all the videos that we can do. Muhammad Hijab just blasted Shamsi on their other YouTube channel that they share, SP Files, and he blasted Shamsi for. Shamsi was having an entire debate. The entire debate was in Arabic, but he was making some mistakes in how he was speaking. Like he wasn't using perfect grammar and whatever. And Muhammad Hijab blasted him for that, saying, "Look, you don't know Arabic, you don't know English, and yet you're talking about the deen and doing." Now he was talking specifically to Shamsi, and he was very harsh on him, saying, "Look, you don't know Arabic. You can't read the Mus'haf if it's right in front of you. That's how bad it is." So according to Ali Dawah here, I can make a video now, or someone else can make a video, where they have Muhammad Hijab blasting Uthman bin Farouk, because other Muslims, like Al-Islam Productions, have pointed out that Uthman cannot read Arabic well at all. His reading level is so bad. He makes mistake after mistake after mistake. Muslims are calling Uthman out on that. So according to Ali Dawah, we can make a video, Muhammad Hijab blasts Sheikh Uthman for not knowing Arabic. But it's okay that he didn't actually mention him by name. He was talking to Shamsi, but the shoe fits. He's basically saying if the shoe fits, wear it.
It's basically lying, okay? The definition of clickbait is to mislead and to lie. And then he says, I never lie. Then it wouldn't be clickbait. Again, this guy doesn't need a dictionary for definitions.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what an experiment is. He doesn't know what a compliment is. He doesn't know what nasiha is. Advice, and now he doesn't know what clickbait is. Clickbait, by definition, is misleading. It's promising the viewer some content that isn't there. Exactly. So it is a lie to say Ali Dawah, to say Andrew Tate blasts Pearly. when he never even mentioned her by name.
Right.
That's clickbait.
Yeah.
That's lying. Like you say, playing on people's perversions. So he says, oh, what if someone assumes something perverted? It's not my fault. Well, then you're playing on their perversions. Like when he mentions, oh, a Muslim, I give Muslim as my phone. Oh, I DM'd her and that's what happened. People associate DMing me with
flirtation.
That means you came at her, you DM'd her saying, hey, how are you doing? What's going on? I want
exactly.
That's what DMing, you know, DMing a female is.
Right.
You know, oh, I slid into her DMs, you know, I said hi, we went on a date. That's what the context people use it as. Now, what actually happened is saying, oh, I DM'd her to give her nasiha. Probably telling her to be patient behind her husband's back. He probably told her to be patient with the hijab, something perverted. But anyway, then he's like, oh, and then he puts it on and then he gets viral videos because he promises something that he doesn't deliver. Just like their whole religion is clickbait. It promises something that it never delivers. It promises you to go to paradise, promises you to get to God, and it doesn't deliver. Exactly. That's basically a microcosm of it. Go on, bro.
Yeah. So basically, that's pretty much the part on clickbait. He eventually calls it halal clickbait. What is that? Let's see. He calls it halal clickbait, and
I want to know what haram clickbait. And I want to know what haram clickbait is, because I'm thinking haram clickbait is lying, but clickbait is all lying. So how can it be halal? How can it be halal as opposed to haram? It's all lying. Clickbait is a lie. That's why he's not getting.
So here we go. This is the part here, and then we'll get to what does Ali Dawah want to do with some of his critics. Now we know what he wants to do with apostates. We know he's very proud of what he wants to do to apostates. But what does he want to do to other Muslims who are critiquing him? We're gonna show what he wants to do with them right after this.
You know, may Allah guide him, bro. If he becomes Muslim, unification in the nation.
So, for example, you see,
that's crazy, bro.
You know what? Some people, my one's a halal clickbait.
Okay, halal clickbait. Actually, this discussion is worthy of playing as well. He says, okay, let's just let them play this part out. You guys are gonna see this here. Here we go.
She did, Sallallahu. She actually did.
Yeah.
So all I did is I put her picture there and the tweets that she made. So now people came there and thinking that he mentions her by name. He didn't, but he did mention, because she's one of those people that.
Okay, that one. Don't you think it's a bit? It could be a bit problematic.
No, not necessarily. Why is it problematic?
Because you're kind of attributing a statement to someone.
Yes.
And making it out like they intended someone else, but they didn't.
No, for example, if I come and say,
so couldn't Andrew Tate come and say to you, yo, bro, what the hell? Like,
not necessarily, because I can say to him that, for example, if someone says,
say to
anyone that eats
Ali
pizza
Dawah
with pineapple, is
so Adnan Rashid's son, he keeps taking these shots, and Ali Dawah, it's either going over his head or he's just kind of like ignoring them. But what he said there, he was saying, what are you going to say to Andrew Tate? Andrew Tate can say to you, what are you doing? I never said that about her. And he goes, well, yeah, I could just say, and because Ali Dawah paused for a second, he said, yeah, you could just tell him you're Ali Dawah. That's it.
Yeah.
So he's taking these shots at him, like throughout the.
Yeah, little digs.
Yeah. Now check this other example out. Forget this Andrew Tate one. After this one, you guys are gonna see really the surprise here.
You're gonna see how much of a liar he is.
Yeah, and they call him out on it as well. Here we go.
Is a bad person. So I know Musa ate pizza with pineapple. So if somebody takes and goes, Ali Dawah thinks Musa's wrong, they're actually correct, because you ate pizza with pineapple and I said it's wrong. So even though they mentioned you by name, you get what I'm trying to say? I did the connections there. Yeah, that's why I got my PhD.
You can see this is the justifications where they come from.
Does that mean you're giving me, like, go ahead to do more clickbaits?
Not really, no. I'll be honest with you, bro.
Okay, so again, check this part out and listen to Ali Dawah's logic. Listen to his logic here. Here we go.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, man. I think
still got love for you, though.
Yeah, no, Barakallahu, may Allah bless you, man. I really appreciate it. So, okay, give me another one. I messaged it to my Ronaldo does. Okay, Ronaldo does the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
Yeah, but you know what?
Oh my.
Bro, that actually annoyed me.
Actually, the guy's not Muslim.
If you think about it, one second. What's the sunnah? Didn't the Prophet ﷺ, when he heard good news, prostrate?
Yeah, but why did he prostrate?
Shukr to Allah.
Yeah, why did Ronaldo prostrate?
Okay, so we don't know. Maybe he's a Muslim. because there's discussion.
No, but bro, what's the Zahir? What's the Zahir of Ronaldo?
No, what do we
No,
know?
no,
of
no,
him?
no, no, no.
What's the apparent knowledge of Ronaldo? Do we know that
Okay,
Ronaldo's taking Shahada?
okay, what we know about Ronaldo is the following. He's a non-Muslim footballer who is very fond.
Okay, I just want to pause there. He just said he might be a Muslim, and then his number one thing that he says here is he's a non-Muslim. But okay, anyway, listen to his logic here. Listen to his logic.
Fond of Islam has said good thing about Ronaldo is the following. He's a non-Muslim footballer who is very fond of Islam, has said good things about Islam, who is now in Saudi. There is high possibility.
He's a Muslim.
Maybe. And you know what? The fact that
someone put a picture online, of his Range Rover.
This is the logic Ali Dawah uses in his videos.
Someone put a picture of his Range Rover outside the masjid.
Listen, and then on top of that,
he said don't take that aql to our masjid. Don't take. He's like, keep your logic, the way that you think, keep that to yourself. Don't bring it to the mosque.
Oh, hold on. So let me get this logic.
Yeah, he's
Ronaldo is a non-Muslim footballer. He's in Saudi.
And he says things about Islam.
He says good things about Muslims. Therefore, he's a Muslim because he's in Saudi.
Yeah, and so, but the video was that he does the sunnah of Muhammad because he prostrates when he gets a goal or something, or he scores or some. And he says, "Oh, when Muhammad heard good news, he prostrated. When Ronaldo scores good news, he prostrates." So therefore, he's following the sunnah.
Well, I'm sure Muhammad also ate and went to the toilet and breathed air. So is Ronaldo also following the sunnah because he breathed air and ate and went to the toilet? Like, what's going on? You can't follow a sunnah if you're not Muslim.
Yeah.
The sunnah means following the example of Muhammad.
Exactly.
So just because he did a movement that Muhammad did, so that's his clickbait. And according to him, he is truthful. People who are following Ali Dawah in their hundreds and thousands and millions, this is his logic, and that is his standard of truth. And if that's not going straight to hell, I don't know what is. Making truth equal a lie and saying clickbait is truth. Go on.
Yeah. Okay, let's let them continue on.
He celebrates usually in a very different, unique way. Yeah, I don't know, some weird stuff. Yeah. But he does such
that whole
yeah, I don't know what that's about. Bro,
what's it called?
He decides, you know what he does? He moves everyone out the way and he does sajda. Bro, come on, bro.
No, I can't lie. You know, may Allah guide him, bro. If it becomes Muslim, unification
So that's
in the
a
nation.
clickbait. So for example, you see,
That's crazy, bro.
But you know what? Some people, my one's a halal clickbait.
But we obviously like the hidayah for everyone. Yeah.
Yes, I mean.
But that title really annoyed me.
Really?
Bro, okay, I think some of them. Would you say some of them are a bit cringy?
Do you think I wronged you?
No, do you know what it is? It's just like, you know, the maqam of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam is just so high and elevated in our hearts, yeah. That I'm like,
oh, he's using an argument, bro.
You're going to take the video down now. One second, carry on.
No, it's just that if it was like a Muslim celebrity, I'd get it. Does that make sense? But we have we have a student of knowledge in the house, yeah.
Are you talking about me? I'm joking, sorry.
Yeah, like look,
I'm Ali Nizdal, sorry. Yeah.
Like what we know is there's no
that's Ali Dawah trying to make a joke, and I mean I'll be honest, I laughed at it, but his in-person audience, are just they were like not having it.
Stone faced. He's trying to joke with them. He's like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
You're not. And the other time when he was like, what was the other time? About clickbait, and they were like, no, we're not happy about it. We'd rather you not do it.
Yeah.
Like they're not easing up. You see, they're not.
they're not even like fake laughing.
No, they're really
no sympathy smiles or laughs.
They're really annoyed by him. And to be honest, I kind of agree with their logic. Like if you hold someone at such high esteem, they hold their prophet at high esteem, their fake prophet, and you cheapen him that way by bringing some celebrity non-Muslim to say, oh, he follows Muhammad.
Yeah.
It's cheapening it, to be honest. So you have to be a certain level of lying, cheating, and low morality for your Muslim brothers who themselves don't mind, to be honest. You know, they follow a religion full of taqiyya and tawriya and kitman and all kinds of
sorts of deception and lying.
All sorts of deception. And they themselves are like, bro, you're too much.
Yeah.
Stop lying.
Yeah.
You're making us look bad.
So one of the things that Ali Dawah's opponents say to him is his name shouldn't be Ali Dawah, but Ali needs Dawah. And he's sort of takes that upon himself when he makes jokes about the fact that he's ignorant on some things, or right now he's saying, the guy is saying, look, we have a student of knowledge here, and they look around the room, someone who's off camera obviously, and all he did was making a joke. He's like, you're talking about me, right? And everyone's like, no, we're not talking about you. You're not a student of knowledge.
Crickets.
There's like different levels in Islam. You have like your lay Muslim, which is what these people are. That's how they identify. Your lay Muslim. And then above them is a student of knowledge. Above them are the scholars, the ones who have the knowledge. And then, above them, that's like, the companions and Muhammad, etc.
Yeah. Exactly.
So those are like the different levels that Muslims have. And so they really all want to be students of knowledge, but they end up being people like Ali Dawah. So
you can't be a student of knowledge if you can't read the Quran and you don't know Arabic. I mean, I'm sorry.
Even if you know Arabic, Ali Dawah was even making fun of Muhammad Hijab, saying, yeah, he might have knowledge, but his personality, like, you don't really think of him as a student of knowledge, even though he knows Arabic.
Right. And Ali Dawah actually in this video, he did admit that he can't read the Quran.
Yeah.
Which is, little kids can read the Quran. Do you know what I mean? Like the 5-year-olds that they send to madrasas and mosques to learn, they can read it. So to think that this guy is a dawah, a da'i with hundreds of thousands and millions of subscribers.
He has a million subscribers,
and he can't read their book.
Yeah.
Himself is just incredible. So the fact that he's like, asking, am I a student of knowledge, and expecting them to say yes.
I think he said he's been doing this for like 10 years now.
Yeah.
And he says in this interview, next year, that's when he's going to learn Arabic. So after 11 years of doing dawah, it's next year, the 12th year of doing dawah, that's when he's going to learn Arabic. And a lot of times people say that it's going to end up putting it off.
By the way, the Arabic thing is their standard. It's not us.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't care about that. It's that the standard that they put, that somebody who they take seriously is at least someone who can read their book in their own language.
Exactly.
Like for us Christians, as long as I know what the word of God is in any language, I can read it. I don't need Hebrew and Greek and Aramaic to be taken seriously, basically, by my brothers and sisters as someone who is good, is strong in the faith.
Right. But because they put Arabic at such a level,
right.
And we can call them out on it, because a lot of these guys who claim to know Arabic, their Arabic is really not as good. I mean, look at Muhammad Hijab and Shamsi, for example.
Right.
Both of them, one of them's Algerian, the other one's Egyptian, and they are making fun of each other's Arabic. So even people who speak Arabic as a native language, these guys are both popular Muslim, dawah gandists, and they're making fun of each other's Arabic. So we, sometimes we'll point out, hey, this is Arabic mistake, or this is wrong, and this is the Arabic. It's because Muslims are the ones who make that such a high level. And in fact, they say here, as long as you have Arabic and Quran, it doesn't really matter what else you know or don't know. As long as you have Arabic and Quran, that's it.
Right. So it's the weapons that they use against each other to put each other down, hurt each other, have some sort of hierarchy of student of knowledge and scholar and layman, and it's all just a hierarchy of nonsense and ignorance anyway.
Yeah.
We don't go by those standards, but they insist on them for anyone who discusses anything with them. So by that standard, even then he fails. Even then he's not good at it. Like he's just a failure at everything.
Right.
Go on.
And by the way, there's an irony in that as well when Muhammad Hijab is making fun of Shamsi's Arabic, because Muhammad Hijab actually, he doesn't understand what Shamsi is. Well, to be fair, Shamsi was, anyway, that's a whole other thing. But someone was commenting about Shamsi, is he Algerian? Yes, he's Algerian, but he was making some mistakes that Muhammad Hijab called him out on. And all I was saying was that if Ali Dawah is fine with that whole, hey, Andrew Tate made a statement about Islamophobes or people, he made a generalized statement, and he's saying I can apply that to specific people. And so I was saying, look, Muhammad Hijab made a statement about Shamsi, but the statement can apply to someone like Uthman, or it can apply to someone like Ali. It could be applied to any Muslim who messes up on Arabic. So anyway, let's just kind of wrap up this part here, and then we'll get to what does Shamsi want to do? What does what does Ali Dawah want to do with people Muslims who disagree with him? We know what he wants to do with apostates. He's very proud of that. We all know what he wants to do with them. But what does he want to do with Muslims who disagree with him?
Does
Okay, well, let's check it out. Okay, ready? Here we go.
Does that make sense?
Mm.
But we have we have a student of knowledge in the house, yeah.
Are you talking about
Like-
me? I'm joking. Sorry. I'm joking.
Yeah, like look,
I'm Ali Nisdal. Sorry. Yeah.
like what we know is there's
Yeah.
there's no sin after shirk.
Yes.
So if someone commits shirk, you can't be discussing with them zina. Like it makes no sense.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes.
So if someone doesn't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala,
Mm.
and then you say, oh, they're practicing the sunnah of the Prophet, it's something
Mm.
that I personally
Mm.
find disrespectful.
Bro, you know what? Wallahi, just for that.
No, but I'm not
no,
chef. I'm
no,
not
you
chef.
know what? No, you know what? No, you know what? No. You know what?
but
The fact
do
that
you
one.
agree with me on
Listen,
that?
one
on
second.
that
It's
point?
not about agree.
Li-
The fact
Because look, if I'll tell you where his
Yeah.
perspective is. Yeah,
Mm.
let's say a non-Muslim eats with their right hand.
Yes.
Would you say they're practicing the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
Okay, I would say no,
see?
but because he's
Like-
in Saudi Arabia, it's good stuff about Islam. I wanted to, but you know what you said that is actually is very valid in the sense where what you're saying is it's actually it's deep. So
No, but it isn't.
I'm
But
gonna-
one second,
No, no,
it
but I'm
is an
gonna-
Islamic thing.
No, but I'm gonna take the video.
Ronaldo
down.
done an Islamic thing.
No, I'm gonna take the video down. I've took it down just right now, yeah, because
Oh,
I
wow.
think that's because I know you, and for you to feel like that, and I think to me it means it says a lot.
He's taking
So-
it down
so-
after he's made all of the money from it.
Most of that was between me and you. I made £13.54p from that.
No,
you know.
but look,
Is that actually how much you
no,
made?
but I just
Bro, I don't know what people think I make on YouTube. By the way, can we talk about
Okay,
this?
okay, can we do
What-
something?
bro? What people think? I don't know what the hell people think I make on YouTube.
Just before we do it,
Go
yeah,
for it. Tafaddal.
the action he just done
Yeah.
was a
Wow. So, yeah, they basically gang up on him, and he concedes the point. He concedes the point that yes, that was wrong of him, and he took the video down. Yeah, I mean, of course they're right. This is completely stupid to just pick something that Ronaldo does that his prophet happened to do, and then say that Ronaldo following the Sunnah just because he's in Saudi. I mean, Ronaldo is, how rich is he and how famous and how powerful is he? If he wanted to be a Muslim, there's no point, he doesn't need to hide. He can just come out and say, I'm a Muslim. There's, you got, self-confessed pimps who say they're Muslim and they have no problem with it, and they're out there with their face and everything. So it's just amazing. It's just amazing that this guy, someone with that lack of intellect and lack of perceptiveness.
That's what I was wondering. Like, how did he get these million subscribers?
I
He
mean-
doesn't. I don't understand. I guess when you make a deal with the devil, like, you can have all the
I mean-
kingdoms in the world.
Self-awareness is just in the shadow realm completely. He has no awareness, and no awareness of why something is wrong or doesn't make sense or isn't logical. Doesn't follow something to a logical conclusion. Thinks just because a celebrity is in Saudi that he can put out that he's following the Sunnah and get away with it, and still say that it's truthful and it's not clickbait. It's halal clickbait.
Mm.
It's just incredible. He's a clown, and the fact that Muslims, all these millions are following him,
Yeah.
it's just insane. It's insane, but he's good for us basically because he lays bare what Islam is about. Islam is about followers. Islam is about what attracts followers, converting people by any means possible. Fame, enticing them with money, with women, anything that brings followers is what Islam is about. And any wrong is justified if it helps the dawah. Like he was saying with approaching the women with hijab. Oh, but look what the benefit is. We encourage women to keep putting that thing on their heads and, keep them more under Islam. So it's okay if I do that, approach some other man's wife or some other man's sister in the street. You see, it's the justification of evil for the benefit of this thing called Islam, this ideology, oppressive ideology that they need to keep propagating.
Yeah. Now, there is another part where he talks about what he wants to do to these Muslims that are, coming at him. What does he want to do with them? I don't have the exact part here, but he talks about that the fact that the old this Islamic punishment of lashing them in public, in the public, to lash them. So anyway, he wants to like lash people like Shamsi. They don't mention him by name because they actually blur it out, but that's what he wants. That's what he says he wants to do. So yeah, we have a bunch of things here from Ali Dawah, from being condemned by other Muslims for his videos. And what happened here is he actually just deleted that video on this podcast. So
wow.
he deleted that video about Ronaldo, and he's claiming that it doesn't really matter. And the guy, he made a joke afterwards. He said, "Yeah, you're deleting it after you made all the money from it, and then now they're going to talk about how much money he actually makes from YouTube." So we don't need to play that part out, but yeah, so that's
wow.
some of the other Dawah drama that we have going on. A lot of it's revolving around Ali Dawah lately.
Yeah, it's him perving on women, using the women as clickbait, making lots of money from views, pretending that celebrities are following Sunnah, being Muslim, pretending that Andrew Tate is calling Pearly something when he isn't.
Yeah.
Basically lying and cheating to get views, and getting called out by his brothers here. Anything else you want to say, brother?
Yeah, let me just I don't know if this is the part here. I'm just gonna check if this is it. Let's see.
Example, bro, that we have blocked so many ads.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
Otherwise,
this is not it. Okay, so I don't know if I'll be able to track that other part down in time, but we did want to show an example of his clickbait, and we'll show that right now. So so let's just check it out. Jew accepts Prophet message, Ali Dawah. And so here we go. Okay.
There it is.
So it's yeah, right there. The first one here. Jew accepts Prophet Muhammad message, speaker's corner. And you guys see the thumbnail here. So look at that, 618K views. Okay, let's see if this video actually has a Jew accepting Muhammad's message, or if he's just cheapening Muhammad's message, or he's just doing clickbait. So
you mean lying?
Lying, yeah. Okay, so let's just let it load up. Here we go. Okay. But yeah, as it's loading, yeah, we're reading through all of your comments, and we appreciate everybody for being here. God bless you all. Oh, here we go. We have an ad. We can just kind of go towards the end of the video here, and I think it's right before he walks away. Let's see. So after the discussion, let's just say they have about 20 minutes of discussion. Does this Jew actually accept Prophet Muhammad message according to Ali Dawah? Let's see.
Even if he's a Gentile, because to say, oh no, he has to be an Israelite, is asking God to pick and choose. Like, oh no, isn't that one simple? I'm so sorry. Simple. I'll make it simple. But you need to go synagogue. Yeah, you got 1 minute, 15 seconds. Okay, can I just ask this question quickly? Isn't it? Could have not the children of Israel come to God, get closer to God through a Gentile prophet that is a true prophet?
Could they? Yes.
Why did they not?
Why did they not? Because they don't believe he's a true prophet.
Okay, if we prove he was, if they knew he was, okay.
We'll have to carry on next week. As I say, I really have to get to the
Josh, if they knew he was and they rejected him, is that right or wrong? If they knew he was a true prophet?
If they had known he was a true prophet, then they would be wrong to go against him. But I don't believe they knew that he was a true prophet, because I believe he was a false prophet.
Boom. He says right there that Muhammad was a false prophet. What's the video titled? Jew accepts Prophet Muhammad message. So is the message of Muhammad that he's a false prophet? Because that's what he says, and then literally the video, he walks away. Look at this. He walks away.
Yeah.
So the video ends. But what does he title the video? He titles the video Jew accepts Prophet Muhammad message, speaker's corner, and you can see the thumbnail as well.
Is this halal or haram clickbait?
Yeah, I want to know, is that halal clickbait according to Ali Dawah?
How about we just call it what it is? Lie.
Yeah.
it's an out and out lie, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you can have a Jewish person there telling you one thing and putting it on your channel as something else.
Exactly.
I mean, can he sue?
I mean, look. At the end of the day, these guys, these Dawah Gandists, they don't have any problem at all lying to you and then admitting to you that they're lying. They don't have any problem with that at all. They lie to you and then they tell you that they're lying. And I mean, a good example is what happened recently with the scientific, miracles. They've been lying about that, even converting to Islam based on that. And then they say, "Oh yeah, it's not true. It's debunked. It's all absolute nonsense." And they're just going around saying, "Yeah, it's nonsense." Like they're just dismissing all those years of propagating that so they'll lie to you over and over and over and over and over and over again, and then they'll just come out and say, "Yeah, it's a lie." But guess what? Islam is still true because of how intolerant Islam is. People are still coming to Islam, right?
I mean, if their standard for truth and lie is so obscure and it's so wrong, it's no wonder that they believe in Muhammad, to be honest.
Right.
If they think false prophet equals true message, true prophet, then it's no wonder they're following Islam, because then what's your standard for truth? If let's say he's so confused or he's so deluded or he twists the logic so much on itself that the truth becomes a lie, he may as well follow Muhammad.
Yeah.
It's a perfect religion for him. Even if by his own admission he came to Islam because of scientific miracles, now they're debunked. If he's still in Islam, afterwards, then what's the point? Like, we follow the Lord Jesus Christ because he was crucified and resurrected. Yeah. Even the Bible says, if he was not really resurrected from the dead, then we have no hope and our preaching is in vain. Yeah. It follows necessarily. So how can it be that he came to Islam for one thing and then he says it's debunked, right, and then he's still staying? It doesn't follow. Exactly. He may as well stay in it, and it may, in the falsehood. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And here's an example. Here's an example here of. Thanks for the comments. And yeah, Uthman bin Farouk, he also does clickbait as well. Here's a good example of that here. So this video that he just put up 2 days ago, it says that you have God logic in the title, in the thumbnail. God logic's in the thumbnail, and you have expose CP's tactics.
Right.
So you have CP, and you have God logic in the thumbnail. Mm-hmm. Now, guess who doesn't appear on the video?
CP or God logic.
Exactly. God logic doesn't appear in the video, and CP isn't even meant. I mean, it's just 3 guys or 2 guys taking the shahada. That's it.
Right. So imagine if we did this. If we did the stream, putting Ali Dawah's face on there, and then you click our stream, and there's no Ali Dawah.
Yeah.
That's what these people are doing. That's what Uthman's doing.
Yeah.
He's using other people's names, Christians apologists' names, as clickbait, and they're not even in there.
Exactly.
Like this one is using the Jewish person saying something, and he doesn't even say it.
Yeah. So this comment is relating to Ali Dawah saying, "Hey, Ronaldo, when he hears good news, he prostrates, and then Muhammad, when he heard good news, he prostrates, and so
but therefore Muhammad equals is Ronaldo."
Yeah. So our brother David Wood here comments, Muhammad 2 + 2 = 4. Satanist 2 + 2 = 4. Ali Dawah's new video.
Alhamdulillah, Satanist admits Muhammad was a true prophet.
That's exactly how Ali Dawah operates. So yeah, so Ali Dawah, he's I thought Yasser Khadi was the gift that keeps on giving. He is, but Ali Dawah is like, man, this guy is like, keep on coming, Ali. Like we really are looking forward every time he comes up with a new video. It's like we're excited to see what he has to say next.
Yeah, I almost subscribe. Almost.
Yeah, almost subscribe. Yeah,
but we always click on it and find gold, and that's the stuff that
exactly
he lets through. And even his own Muslim brothers are like, man, you're too crazy.
Yeah,
it's too much. You're shaming us.
Yeah. Adnan Rashid's son is shaming him, and
yeah, I wonder what his dad thinks of that, because they're meant to be all part of the same team, Dawah team.
Yeah, but the ghira or the jealousy that they say they have for their woman, they also have that jealousy about each other. They have this jealousy for Like they want to be popular. Like they want to be the most popular, you know, Dawah guy. This one wants to be the most popular Dawah guy.
Right.
So, and they're a similar age group as well. So they have that competition. So that's what, I mean, you know, they don't get along at all. Ali Dawah, he doesn't really get along with many others. I mean, there's Muhammad Hijab, Shamsi, he's against Sajid, he's against the guy, you know, the guy who whispers all the time. Sajid,
Sajid,
yeah,
yeah.
he's against him. They're all like against each other all the time. Daniel, Pikachu, yeah. All those guys are just constantly fighting each other. It's pretty crazy. So the Dawah civil wars are still happening. Dawah drama is still going on. But yeah, so we're just coming to an end now of the stream. We've almost been live for 2 hours. We really appreciate everybody for being here and the consistent number of people here, the viewers. We really appreciate you all for coming. God bless you all. And we don't want to just kind of end it there. We want to also just say to everybody who's listening, who's not a Christian, that this Dawah drama that's going around, they're changing their styles of how they're going to move forward to do their Dawah. How are they going to move forward? Are they going to continue the ways of old, like the Zakir Naik, Ahmadi, that style, or are they going to change their ways? It's very clear that they're adapting to, I mean, Muhammad Hijab just came out with a new video where he said, who's going to be the next Zakir Naik? And they're kind of like asking this question. So they're changing the Dawah style. The script is changing, and they're doing all of this. They're trying to get people to convert to Islam, no matter the cost or the consequences, no matter the price that they have to pay, even if it's at the expense of going against what they've been preaching or teaching for years and years and years. So yeah, we have something that we want to read from the Bible before we end. And again, I just want to just say thanks everybody for coming, and God bless you all. And we have the passage here.
Yes, the Lord Jesus Christ says to them, if God were your father, you would love me, for I came from God, and I am here. I came not of my own accord, but he sent me. Why do you not understand what I say? It is because you cannot bear to hear my word. You are of your father the devil, and your will is to do your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning, and does not stand in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks out of his own character, for he is a liar and the father of lies. But because I tell the truth, you do not believe me. Which one of you convicts me of sin? If I tell the truth, why do you not believe me? Whoever is of God hears the words of God. The reason why you do not hear them is that you are not of God. So people who are not standing in truth, who are lying, everywhere they go, they lie. Even their own accuse them of lying and cheating and clickbaiting. They're standing in lies because they belong to their father, the devil. And those who are following that religion are like that. These are his representatives in the West, this religion's representatives. That's why they can't hear the voice of Jesus, who is telling the truth, because he stands on the opposite side in the truth. So Muslims, stop following these people. They're leading you to hell through this religion called Islam. Come to the Lord Jesus Christ. He is the truth. He says about himself, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Amen. And the opposite of truth is a lie. There's no in between. There's no gray area. It's black or white. So please leave the religion of lies and come to the Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you so much, sister. Amen. Amen. And again, we just thank you all for coming and for joining us on the live stream today. God bless you all. And if you don't know the Lord Jesus, we invite you to please consider what we just read in the Bible and the Word of God. Read the Word of God. Ask the Lord to reveal the truth to you, and he will. He says, call to me and I will answer you, and he will answer you. And we call you to do something no matter the cost or consequences, which is follow the truth. So they will lie no matter the cost or consequences, but we ask you, follow the truth no matter the cost, no matter the consequences. And we pray that the Lord will bless you all. And until next time, we say, God bless you. Jesus is Lord and Islam is false. So thanks everybody for coming, and God bless.